This is how you can make this pretty hair accessory at home. I'll give you all the steps I wish I'd known when I first started making hair vines over 8 years ago. Here's a list of materials you need in this tutorial. Start by cutting about 150 centimeters of wire. This won't be enough to make the whole vine, but it's a manageable length. And later, I will teach you 2 ways to add more wire in the middle of your hair accessory making. I hope you find it helpful, because it was definitely something I struggled with when I first started learning how to do this. To form the loop on the beginning of the hair vine, start by threading a 3mm spacer bead onto the wire. Glide it to the middle of the wire. Continue by turning the bead around until you have formed about 3.5 centimeters of twisted wire. Now, form a loop with it. Separate the 2 wires and place the spacer bead between them and start twisting the wires together to close the loop. Using a pen or something cylindrical, make sure the loop is round. Form about 1 centimeter of twisted wire. Now, take the wire on the left side and add 5 beads in total. 3 4mm pearls and 2 spacer beads. Glide them down the wire, leaving a few millimeters space between them and the stem of the vine. Twist them around, forming a cluster of beads. Twist the 2 wires together until you have about 1 centimeter of twisted wire. Then take the right side wire and add an oval pearl to it, leaving a couple of millimeters of space to twist the wire. Continue by adding a sew-on rhinestone to the wire by threading the wire through 2 of the holes at the back of it. Position it next to the oval pearl, slightly higher than it. Take the wire and put it through the other 2 holes at the back. Pull them through slowly, otherwise you may cause the wire to get kinks. If you need, stop and straighten the wire and then continue pulling it through. Twist it around. Add another oval pearl bead on the other side of the rhinestone. Make sure that it's an equal distance away from the stem of the vine as the first oval pearl you added. Now twist the two wires together until you have about 1 centimeter of twisted wire. Then take the left side wire and thread a leaf charm onto it, followed by a flower bead cap. And finally, a gold spacer bead to decorate the center of the flower. Take the end of the wire and thread it back through the hole on the flower bead cap. Pull the wire through carefully. Over the years, I learned through trial and error that the best way to get them to be flush against the hair vine is to make sure the spacer bead is at the base of the flower, whilst holding your finger on it to keep it in place when pulling the rest of the wire through until the flower is as close as possible to the leaf charm on the hair vine. Continue by wrapping the wire between the leaves to secure the leaf charm in place. Then wrap it around the base of the flower bead cap several times to ensure that it's not going to move around too much. Now form about 1 centimeter of twisted wire before repeating the same order of the branches you did before on alternating sides of the hair vine. I'll skip ahead to when I'm running out of wire, so I can show you the first way you can add wire when you run out of it. Cut a new length of wire from your spool. Take that piece and cross it with the existing short wire. Twist those two wires together. Cut the end off. Bend the twisted wire flat against the new long piece. And put an oval pearl onto the wire, encasing the cut end of the wire inside the bead. And there you have it. Now you have more wire so you can continue with your work. Next, I will teach you a second way of adding wire. In this method, you can use the flower bead cap to assist you. Wrap the remaining wire around the leaf charms and then around the base of the bead cap a couple of times. Then snip off the excess wire with your side cutters and press the end down with the chain nose pliers. Continue by wrapping one end of the new piece of wire to the base of the bead cap and between the leaves on the charm. Cut the excess wire off. Now continue with your hair vine making until you reach a length that you're happy with. The hair vine I made ended up being about 13.5 inches or 34 centimeters in length. Here's how to finish up your hairpiece by adding another loop to the end. Twist the wire until it's about 3.5 centimeters in length. Add a spacer bead on one of the wires. Form a loop. To close the loop, separate the wires and position the bead on the vine. Wrap each wire around the stem of the vine in opposite directions from each other. Snip off any excess wire, and then make sure there are no sharp edges by pressing the ends down with your chain nose pliers. You can use the loops to either attach satin ribbon on the ends of the hairpiece, or you can use them to secure the headpiece on your hairdo with some hairpins. Here's the finished hair accessory. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.